New day, new energy, new energy. Why do I look like Steve Jobs right now? Day three of taking care of over 100 houseplants.
But first, a recap. What was supposed to be me just watering my plants turned into a 3-day ordeal because things needed to be repotted, I needed to propagate some corms, and things needed to be pruned. Fell asleep day 1, got to stuff on day 2, and then fell asleep again, and here we are, day 3, you are now all caught up.
Everything is still where I left it with the Calatheas.
Yes, it's actually pronounced Calathea, but my brain can't say it that way.
Clear pots, some soil, fertilizer. Where's my crack? Okay. And my water that's been formulated with the fish liquid that removes all the chlorine, has my nutrients, has my anti-gnat drops.
And just in case you missed part 1, this is how I make my nutrient solution. I add an anti-gnat drop, some fertilizer, and this thing called stress coat that removes all of the chlorine from the water. It's super nifty. Then I gracefully drag it into my house before people point out I could have just brought the hose in. But isn't this water pump so cool?
So we're good to go. So I bought these. This is a white fusion. This is a Triostar. Is that how you say it?
It's Triostar.
I got these about 2 weeks ago in the mail. They shipped directly to me. Oh no, this leaf has unalived itself. I sprayed this down with my insecticidal soap spray. Maybe I'll just show you. Here it is. So this is my homemade insecticidal soap spray. I use this on all new plants that come into my home and regularly to clean the leaves. This contains cold pressed organic neem oil, yucca extract, and I use this because this prevents also pests on leaves too. It lowers the surface tension of water so that when you spray, the liquid doesn't bead on the surface, it just kind of flattens it out and it makes the spray much more effective. So I put in neem oil, Castile soap, and also yucca extract. Shake it all up, spray it down. I noticed that these plants stopped praying. Calatheas, they open up their leaves during the day and then at night they kind of go into prayer mode. These two stopped praying at night, which means...
They've been naughty.
Just kidding. They are underwatered and they're thirsty.
Now, most of my houseplants are in a super chunky, well-draining mix, but because Calatheas really like to stay consistently moist, I'm going to just be using straight soil for these. Here's the root crack to prevent transplant shock. I use this for every single repotting, and this soil just smells so delicious.
Almost want to eat it. Don't worry, I won't.
Look at that. It's so soft and fine. I can already tell you this is going to be really nice and moisture retentive. Perfect for Calatheas. And now I'm sprinkling in some healthy bacteria and fungi. This is my favorite plant food and it naturally makes the plant more pest resistant over time. Also, this is so typical of me knocking everything over after I finish.
Now the main reason I put stress coat in my water specifically for Calatheas because they prefer distilled and or rainwater. The minerals in the tap water can get the edges brown and crispy. So if you notice that on your Calathea, one of the things you might want to look into is the type of water you're giving it. All right, let's repot this one. 99% of the time, I don't keep the soil that my plants come in from the nursery. Oftentimes I find it's not moisture retentive enough or it's too moisture retentive. I just like to control the substrate that my plants are potted in.
One time when I was repotting my friend's plant, I found a broken plastic knife inside the pot. Never know what you're gonna find in there.
Trying to get this done before my son wakes up from his nap. Some people have told me that through the comment section, never to my face, that I am just too extra with plant care. I just put in so much stuff on my plants, I'm doing too much. My thing is always do whatever works for you. No one's environment is identical. So if whatever's working for you leads to healthy, happy plants and you enjoy it, then go for it. Definitely don't need to do something just because I'm doing it. I'm an extra person. I like all the additives. I'm a helicopter plant parent. All right. Calatheas also appreciate higher humidity, so if you have a humidifier around, they love that.
Look at how cute my humidifier is. And remember how curled and thirsty these leaves were? And look, they just completely flattened out. They're full and satisfied. Okay, I also love this plant shelf so much. Yeah, this thing is great, especially because it comes with the grow lights, which I automated off a smart timer. And I moved all my bathroom plants that were being neglected in my bathroom. I moved them all here, and now that they're visible and I'm always walking past them, they're just so much better taken care of. Maybe I'll show you how I built it. I know this is such a crazy tangent, but this is how my ADHD brain works. Here's how I built this shelf. It's essentially just a 3-tier rack, but what's cool is that it comes with these swivel wheels and it's pretty easy to put together, except I installed all the shelves upside down and I had to start over. I can adjust the height of each shelf, and it comes with these plastic mats that make it super convenient for cleanup. I love that it comes with grow lights fitted exactly for these shelves. You can adjust them with chains or zip ties. I use zip ties. And it comes with a timer function, but I had to Google how to use it because what is this? So once I figured that out, the lights are now automated and I have so much more space for all my plants in just one spot. It really does help having all your plants in one dedicated spot as opposed to being sprinkled all over the house. Okay, now back to our regularly scheduled programming.
But first I have to show you the Monstera that's behind me. This thing is massive. I put it in front of this tripod grow light stand so all of the leaves are facing the light directly. Before, these leaves were crazy. Like this one was going backwards, this one is looking out the window. Now that I concentrated the light source to one area, all the leaves face forward like this. I have to say, now that everything is watered, even though it took 3 days, I feel so good inside. It's kind of like the equivalent of when your kids eat really well, and as a parent, that's like the most satisfying feeling in the world. That's how I feel. I forgot about the runner. Super long vine that I chopped off of this. I forgot to take care of that. I threw it into my prop container. Right here. So this doesn't look like much, but if I snip between the nodes, these will root and form leaves and make a whole new plant. I did it with this plant. This is also a Scindapsus, and I just threw it in moss and I literally forget about it for months on end. All of these rooted. I just happen to have a Tupperware of perlite lying around. So I've propagated wet sticks and perlite before, so I'm literally just gonna lay these on top. I hear my son, he woke up. We'll do this fast. I'm gonna fill this up with water. I'm just gonna wrap this up in plastic wrap to keep in the humidity. As long as there's water to keep the perlite moist, these will root and grow leaves and grow whole new plants from it. And that is how I care for over 100 houseplants. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments what else you want to see in terms of my houseplant care routine. Bye!
And then I was cleaning up upstairs, I discovered another plant that I totally forgot to repot.